please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hey now, it's your girl ChonitaNicole, and welcome if you're new to DoDreamOn, and if you're already a dreamer, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey. Alright, today we are jumping in on this Boss Journal tutorial through Canva. So what I'm going to do is recreate this journal cover that I created. It's a cover. It is the planner this planner belongs to, and then it's the pages. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and get started. So the first thing that I did is I went to my uploads and I downloaded some Canva. I downloaded some art. So these are clip arts that I received from Etsy, and I will put the shop and the link in the description below. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make it all pretty and get started there. I'm gonna go to the elements. Oh, so first let me go ahead and give this disclaimer. I am on the size is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. This is the standard US postal size. And as I stated before, I'm going to assume you already have a little bit of Canva knowledge. So if you do not, please forgive me. But if you want any type of trainings or want me to go over anything, please comment below and I'll explain anything you need me to. I'll make any type of tutorial you need me to. And go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this. Okay, so now back to my elements. I'm going to go to the square. As I always say, I use the square for so many different things because we can make so many different things out of the squares. And we're going to make this a rectangle. I'm going to go to the color is purple, and it's this color purple here. I'm going to look at the Hicks. It's 66569C. So 66569C is the exact purple color. And then what I did was I made it transparent to 61. So every time you see the purple, it's transparent to 61. Okay. So let me try to make sure that I'm recreating it as close as possible to the original one. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and add our text. Our text is League Spartan, and it's she's got it covered. Well, that's not covered. And let me go to League Spartan because sometimes if it's not all cap, yeah. So I want to make sure that it's all capped. She's got it covered. I'm not sure if you noticed, but the spacing was not as tight as this, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go to the three dots, and I'm going to go to spacing, and I'm going to go to letter spacing, and I'm going to space those letters out. And then I'm going to make the font bigger and change the color to white. So she's got it covered. Okay. Make it just a little bit bigger. And we're going to mosey right along. So let's maybe a 35. That looks a lot better. Okay, so now we added that. Now we're going to add our girl. And what I did, so I won't go through all the uploads, is I made a folder. I made a folder for Fly Girls, and we're going to go ahead and pick her. This particular girl is from Feathers of Style, so I know that offhand, but I will still put that information in the description. So we're going to put her there. And then we're going to go to the uploads and I'm going to add the boss. So these holographic brushes and different things, they all came from the same shop. I can't think of it offhand. I do apologize, but I will put that information in the description. So we are going to find these beautiful, beautiful letters. They're so pretty. Uh-oh, where'd it go? Ah, there they go. Okay, so this is my problem. I have so many uploads. That's why I put them in folders so it could be easier for me to find. So you better believe I'm going to put these in folders next, which is the letters. I'm going to put the letters in folders next so I can easily find them. That's how I stay organized too. I try to make things as easy as possible, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. And here we are. So this is really pretty. And I put a filter on it. So I'm going to put the filter on it now versus later. But like I always say, it's always multiple ways that you can do things. So you can put the filter on now, you can put the filter on later. It's really just up to your preference. You see those magenta lines? Those try to make sure that everything is in line and neat and spacing and everything is good. So we're going to go up and duplicate that S so you can make sure that it's the correct size. So I'm actually going to make these a little bit smaller. It looks like they're just a little bit too bossy. We're going to group that so that when I move it, it'll all stay in place. And then I'm going to add the filter like I said. Now, the filter I put on top of the letters is actually Afterglow. So you see how it makes it pop a little bit more? It makes them a little bit more glistening or sparkly, right? So now we have that, and then now we're going to add the word journal. So we're going to go to text, and then I'm going to type in journal, and then we're going to change it. This font is actually Action Jackson. So I'm going to make that larger. Scoot that up under here. And then we're going to pick the color, which is purple. And of course, remember we have to go to transparency and go to 61 so that all the purples can be the same. So that's the thing. If you do use the transparency and you're using a specific color, you just want to make sure that you are using it the same if that's the look that you're going for. We're going to go back to elements. We're going to go to shapes. And I could have picked it from recent, but I'm going to go in and we're going to use this square here. We're once again going to make it purple. And then we're going to go to 61. Okay. Then we just want to make sure that it's hugging it nicely. It's a little bit of space though. Perfect. Now we can actually keep it there. We can group it together, but if we grouped it together, we would have to ungroup the individual boss. That's the only thing. We're going to position this to the back, and then we can select them all. They just won't actually be a group. If we want to group the entire portion, all of the elements, we would have to ungroup the boss. Okay? So you want to make sure she's a little bit over for when you do the spiraling. And for this, you can make it smaller, or you can just make sure that it's like a border around it. So when you do the spiraling for your journals, it's just really all your preference. So now we're going to add this pretty little holographic upload, this brush that we have here. it is this one. Okay, so we're going to add that. And if you want to make sure things don't come out of place, of course, go to those 3 dots and you can lock everything. So we can lock things so when we're moving things around, they don't move around. Okay, that's the really cool thing there. We can always lock things so it won't mess anything up. Let's just go and lock everything since we're doing it. Okay. So now we are going to add that little brush, and it puts "she always gets it done." Who always somehow gets it done? I don't know how. It's that Grace something. Somehow we always get it done. And I'm actually going to unlock this because I'm going to duplicate it because it's the exact same font and spacing. I'm going to lock it back, and then I'm going to "she always gets it done." So we can just delete that. Okay. And like I said before, you want to make sure that it's multiple ways. I could have went to the text and I could have just texted out, or I duplicated it. It literally is just what you're comfortable with because it's, once again, multiple ways for you to do things. Okay, so "she always gets it done." And then, let's see what else we are missing. Oh, she has her little bubble gum. So her bubble gum that she has, and we're going to put a filter on this. Let's make it the Dalliance filter. So I made it a little bit darker. So now we're going to get her bubble gum element. So from here, this is a different shop. I'll make sure I put that information too. But that's one of the things I love about clip art. You can play with it and do whatever you want to do. So that's a huge bubble. So we want to make sure we make it smaller. And that would cover her face. So we want to make it, she's blowing that bubble, honey. Bubblicious something. I don't know what type of gum she got. She got that good gum. Okay. She looked like a straight up around the way girl to me. Q L L Q Q ooh Q L L Cool J. All right. So that's all she wrote for the actual cover. And there she goes. She's got it covered. Boss Journal. She always gets it done. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a page. And what this page is going to be this journal belongs to. So we're going to get this element here. And it's, once again, it's like a rounded off lining of a square, but we're going to make it more of a rectangle. Make sure that we're conscious of the margins here. And then we could always use our lovely Canva so we can know. There we go. That's directly the middle. We're going to change the color to that purple. So let's click it here so we can reminisce on the exact purple color. Let's unlock it so we can bring it up. The 66569C. So we reminisced and brought it back up for us. And we went to 61. So there we have the color. Now we're going to add the text. And this particular text is a text that I uploaded. I purchased this off Etsy. It's Nightshade Regular. And we're going to put this journal. Let's take off the all caps. Okay. So we want to make sure that we have this in the journals. So in case it gets lost or you want to try to find it, you'll be able to find it. Hopefully. I'm going to go back to the good purple and put it on 61. And then now we're going to add some lines. So there are several ways, like I said, you could do this. So sometimes I make my lines, and then sometimes I go if I make them, I save them so that I could come back to the lines. And then sometimes people give away free templates. So you may have templates for lines. It all just depends. So each line, if it's going to be purple or black or whatever color you would do, you just want to make sure that if you do a transparent, you make it the same way. We're going to duplicate it because we're going to have 3 lines. And our lovely Canva helps us to make sure that it's equal. You see that? It did it directly for us. So we're going to go ahead and select each one. And it's hard because they're so close. But if we try to select each one, I'm going to, let me lock this, and then I'm going to group. I'm going to group it. All right. And I'm going to duplicate it and bring it down here because I'm going to add the date. So now I'm going to duplicate the words, and I'm going to delete all this extra stuff and just put date. I'm not sure about you, but I love dating things. I love dating things. So when I come back, I can say, wow, I wrote this at this day, on this day. And I even sometimes put the time. So you want to make sure as you're going, you're saving it, because you don't want to not save it. And then for this, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pull up some of my lines that I specifically have for 8 by 5 times 11. So these are the lines here. Oh. And then I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to paste it. So sometimes it takes a second for it to gather and load. So let's try it again. Let's see if it worked. Let's Command C, copy it on the MacBook, and then we're going to Command V and paste it. Bam. So this automatically is lined up and everything is fine. So we're going to go back to our uploads, and we're going to add our little kissy here. We're going to put that down in the corner. We're going to make it a filter so it could be more of the match the color. So I'm filtering it and I'm changing the intensity. And then I'm positioning it backward, as well as making it a little transparent. So that's how I did that. Now you can make it any way you want. You can change the colors. You could have made this purple, but I'm making this pink so it could kind of match her bubble gum. It's always a method to my madness. Okay? But this is how I created the cover, the first page for this journal belongs to, and the date, as well as the pages. And then what we'll do is just copy those pages. Okay? And then that's how I created this journal, and this journal is available on doshopon.com. Please like, share, subscribe, comment if you have any questions or anything. And that is my tutorial on how I made the Boss Journal. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. And thank you so much for your time. Bye. Thank you for your time. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.